Every day looks like more of the same. Another long drive in his old Chevrolet. Shades down when we pull into town. Time for checking in, time for checking the sound. Night calls and it's time to go. All the little creatures waiting on with the show. But it's night, night, and you'll never sleep. Come inside and you'll never leave. What you find is gonna shock you now. Whoa, here come the monsters. These killers will just bury you alive. Wave off the drama when we're pulling away. Another town burning, baby, we come to play. Listen, big talk and it's all coming back.
And now, Heather and Chris of the Gastlecast, with special guest, Thomas Gray Studios. Hey guys, what's up? Hello. We are here tonight for an interview yet again on a Friday with Thomas Gray Studios. If you don't know who he is, if you've never visited his Instagram, then you'll learn all of that tonight, and now you'll know the guy behind the Instagram, and you'll actually get to see a lot of his artwork as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We've been really looking forward to this one. We've been talking to him over the last couple of days, and he is such a really sweet and cool person. So we can't wait to get into this. So we're not gonna waste any time. We're gonna jump right into it and start talking to the man behind Thomas Gray Studios. That sound good? Does that sound good?
It sounded great.
Does it sound good? There he is! Look, there he is! Hello! Welcome!
Hello.
Hello! So, I noticed you have a lot of Funko Pops behind you.
Yeah, that's my DC wall right there.
Ah! Oh, so you have your Pops separated in, like, sections.
Yeah, it's the organization of it is pretty ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, we have boxes upon boxes, but I have like a pretty decent Marvel setup down here. Heather's room is just Pops everywhere. They're just random. They're everywhere. It's a real big mess up there.
No, you know, they're sort of organized. I have
sort
my
of.
Disney over here, Nickelodeon next to them, Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts, horror, Breaking Bad.
Sort of. That's a stretch.
And then Walking Dead's down here.
Yeah, that's right. We do have a Walking Dead wall. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Thomas, have you seen that?
I've seen it. It's very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you. And your little setup that you have here is very impressive as well.
Yeah.
So I guess the best way to open this up is to talk a little bit about you. And I'm going to change it to the page where it shows all of your artwork. Boom! There's all your artwork. It's awesome. You sent us what looks to be about 5 different pictures total here.
That's 6.
Is it 6? I can't count. Number 1.
You're not good
Number
at that.
1 and number 2 I can't count. But we see you have Hulk up there fighting against the Nazis, which is pretty interesting. You have the Thing, Medusa's head, Man-Thing, Swamp Thing, and Groot. And those pictures are just downright awesome. So tell us a little bit about your art background.
To draw, when I first picked up an implement to draw with and just followed it. But I was always inspired by comic book art, and I grew up with the Iron Maiden album covers and Judas Priest album covers. The heavy metal album covers are just the greatest. So, very inspired by that stuff, and went to art school at the Colorado Institute of Art, which is now the Art Institute of Colorado. And then I went to UNC. I didn't want to be a graphic designer because I found that so many times in this industry, the client doesn't trust the artist's opinion.
Okay.
And now, like, I want to do what the client wants, but a lot of times you bring them what you think is like clutch, and they're like, yeah, that's not what I was looking for. And the final design ends up being something you almost don't want to put your stamp on. So,
oh, okay.
So I decided to pursue more illustration, and then I went to University of Northern Colorado to get an education as an art teacher.
Oh, cool.
So
you had mentioned last night that you actually drive and like tutor people and things.
yeah. So I have about 8 kids, and then I do 3 different retirement homes.
Awesome.
So I'm out on the road teaching quite a bit. Kids that are homeschooled or kids that want to pursue it further than what they're being given in school. And then the retirement homes, it's a daily activity, but I've got them working hard, and they really enjoy the time that I'm there. So
cool. So the pictures that you have here, I mean, there's a lot of comic book characters, and you said that's where the inspiration comes from. Were these pictures here for you or for clients, or a little bit of both?
All the biomorphic superheroes and Medusa were just for me, just to kind of keep my ink brush clear.
Cool.
So yeah, I do those in ink, and I did most of them without a whole lot of pencil underneath. So the process is just, ink as I go. I do the mass shape, and then I just fill it in with whatever comes to mind. And like when I did the Swamp Thing or Man Thing, I had like pictures of swamp stuff like all over my wall just as reference, so I could pick up the textures and stuff with that. And then the Hulk is a commission, and that was fun to do. And the idea that the Hulk was in World War II is a little bit baffling to me, but he had something about the Nazis, and so I drew the Hulk, getting angry with some Nazis, and he was like, yeah, well, Tony Stark and Bruce Banner invent a time machine and send the Hulk back with Captain America to defeat the Red Skull, and this is one of the scenes of the Hulk, on a rampage or something. So
he developed his own timeline, his own story.
Yeah. But he really didn't get in the way of how it looked, other than he trusted me. I did about 100 drawings of the Hulk's head till it was right for me. And so I was communicating all the time with him. And then I think the major choice he made was whether the Hulk had eyeballs or whether it was just red in there.
Right.
And so he decided on having eyeballs in there.
So what is your favorite picture that you've come up with out of the ones that we're looking at here? What is your favorite?
I like Man Thing, because he's kind of obscure, and there's something falling from his arm, and like a little clump of something, and that actually was me dropping my brush on the picture.
Oh yeah, look at it, say.
Uh-huh.
That's funny.
And I left this mark, and so I just decided to kind of fuzz it up and make it look like something was falling off of him. So I don't know,
awesome.
kind of like that element of surprise. It's the happy accident, Bob Ross type thing.
That's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask if it was a happy accident. It looks very happy to me. It doesn't look like an accident. You did well.
Thank you.
I've got to say, though, that Medusa head and that Groot blew my mind. That Medusa head is cool, with the hand holding like her head, the Perseus hand, right?
Right.
That's and the blood falling that is so cool. I would. So do you happen to sell prints of any of this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to reach out and get a print of a couple of these.
Yeah, I don't have an Etsy or anything like that, but I mean that's in the works. I have a website that's not completely built, so I'm getting to that point.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll sell prints easy. And I was gonna say something about something, but that's gone. So my bad.
Well, somebody in the comment section mentioned or actually Mexican Reviews said he would like to see how you would do Batman. He would like to see your rendition of Batman.
Yeah. I draw Batman a lot just on my own. I mean, I grew up when Dark Knight came out. You know, Frank Miller was a huge inspiration on my art. So, yeah, an interpretation of Batman would be fun to do if I, really put that kind of serious time into it, for sure.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd like to see that. I'd personally like to see a Groot and a Rocket together, because I like all like the dark colors, like the dark shade and everything you have in there. It looks awesome. Like they look like they would actually look like a good tattoo as well. You know what I mean? They have like all that very intricate details there. The thing that I keep looking at, it looks like real stone like all over them. It kind of blows my mind.
The texture reminds me of like wood mixed with stone. It's weird.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, it's cool looking though. You do really good work. So what's on the horizon now? You're talking about an Etsy store possibly. Are you working on other works that you possibly would put up on your store? Or do you already have a bunch that you already have ready for a store? What's that like?
Yeah, no, I mean, I have enough to start something for sure, print-wise. And I'd like to color them, kind of brush up on my Photoshop a little bit. I've used watercolor a lot, but I kind of want to make the color really clean on these because I spent so much time on the black and white. But yeah, if I sell them, it'll probably be through my own website. So I just have to get that up and working on a page where I do sell even the originals. So
you have a personal fan actually right here in the comment section. Francis K says that you launched his art insanely just by your tutoring.
Thanks, Francis. That's humbling for sure.
That's awesome. No, that's cool. So, down to the nitty-gritty. How did you start collecting Funko Pops? Where did that all begin?
I've always been a collector. Comics were probably the first thing I started with. Been going to the same comic shop since I was like 7. The first thing I bought there was How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. And I still have that hardbound book, but every page is loose. But yeah, so it used to, it's Time Warp Comics in Boulder, and it's an amazing place. That's helped me with my collecting. The first pop I ever got was because I collected Chewbacca and not because I was collecting pops. So, yeah, it's this one. And the strange thing is, like the bottom of it, it's just really basic.
Oh, yeah. That's from 2011.
Yeah, so this is pretty early. And then this is the more modern or recent version on the bottom of the box.
Yep.
So this is the one that's the first pop I ever bought. But the first pop that got me started, I got at Time Warp, and it was this one.
Ooh, the Chase Smog.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did you know what a chase was?
No. So the guy that was working there, I was looking at Hagrid, and then I saw that, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And he said, yeah, that's a chase. They're more rare than the regular ones. And I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of cool.
Interesting.
And so and when I collected with my daughters, so they had a say in it, and we walked out with Smaug and the Hagrid, the larger 6-inch sized pops.
Oh yeah, the big Hagrid. You don't have that, do you?
Mm-mm.
No,
I don't have either of them.
Okay.
So yeah, that was what started it. And then I found out Harry Potter was out, and I was like, this is amazing. And so I started the Harry Potter collection, and I'm up to speed, I think, with that. And I think there's like 80 different pops in that series right now.
There's a lot.
Are you collecting both Harry Potter and What's the other one? The Beast.
Fantastic
Beasts.
I started the first wave, and then I saw the next wave, and every figure had a different exclusive place that it was coming from, and you can never predict that stuff. So, I don't know how easy it would be for me to get a Michaels exclusive Newt Scamander.
Wow.
Or walk into Walmart, because Walmart wasn't doing what it was until recently, and so
Right.
my Walmart's, their pop selection was never changed. It was constantly like Rick and Morty and Star Wars, and so I just said, I'm not going to run around like this, and I just kept the first wave, and I've collected a few of the recent ones, like the Chase Scamander.
Yeah, Heather has a few of them. We have gotten to a point where we have so many that we're only really sticking with exclusives and chases. We will buy some of the common ones, but it's kind of rare because when you start collecting these things, it looks. We had a friend over last night that we recorded with, and she was looking at the wall and she was just totally overwhelmed by it. We're not overwhelmed by it anymore. I mean, to us, it's normal daily life. But what I am overwhelmed by is when I start opening up closets, closet doors, and looking in the attic, and we have pops falling on us. So we realized that we really had to kind of take a look at what we have and slow down a little bit, because we were literally getting buried by Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't go quite as hard as we used to. Would you agree with that?
This isn't a we thing. This is a you thing. But you still go very hard.
No, I don't think so. Come on, not that. Remember, I would go out and buy full sets. I don't go out and do that anymore.
So, do you remember when you said, I'm not buying the full Captain Marvel set?
Yes, I do.
Just the exclusives and chases.
Yes.
How many commons you have?
Let me tell you something, okay?
Yeah.
I figured this out, by the way. I figured this out. Because I'm not going for the Hot Topic exclusive or the FYE exclusive, that means now I can buy the two commons that I originally wasn't going to buy. Boom! Done! See?
No.
I'm still sticking to my word.
You're gonna get them, Chris.
Yeah.
No way. You're not gonna let that fly. If you need two for the set, like, come on, that's happening.
Yeah, I know, right? I feel foolish. Like, I know. Why do I say these things when I know I'm actually going to do it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who am I fooling?
I don't know. I think I bought a total. Well, not including the wedding pops. I don't include those in my pop count because those are for an event and we're getting rid of those.
Right.
Most of those. I think I've bought a total of 5 pops or less this year.
Good for you. That's awesome.
So far.
Okay.
I mean, we're only like 2 weeks into January, but I think it's definitely been less than 5.
I bought under 10.
I think I've bought like 2.
Okay. That's still good.
I bought the Kingdom Hearts one.
Mm-hmm.
What else did I buy?
I have no idea.
I
No
don't
clue.
remember what it is.
But so, Thomas, what is your very favorite collection? What is your? So is it Harry Potter? Because you talked about Harry Potter. Is that like your favorite collection?
That's like a personal one, just because I do it with my daughters. Although I do most of the legwork there, they just like see. I get to present it to them, and it's the thing about pops is it's a happy thing. It's I don't know. That's why it's addictive, because they're fun and they're like I can spring them on my daughters, and my daughters just go, "Oh my gosh, that is the coolest thing."
That's awesome.
But it's the Chewbacca, just because that stuck with me since that was my mythology. Harry Potter's more my daughter's, but I really enjoyed reading it and seeing those movies. So
yeah. So okay. So you're Harry Potter because I'm sorry, you're Chewbacca. So you have all of the Chewbaccas aside from I think we talked about this. You don't have the flocked one.
Right. As far as pops go, yep. That's the grail that I probably will never. Well, no, I have to be positive, right? I'm going to be in a financial position where someday I can get that flock baka.
You'll
hope
get
you
it.
can.
Yeah.
It'll happen one day.
Could you imagine being so rich that you spend $1,000+ on a pop and like not having to like budget for it or like save up for it?
I mean, yeah,
That would be wild.
Well, for me, even having that kind of money, I hate to say this, even as a pop collector, it would be really hard for me to spend over $200 for a single pop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It would be hard for me. It was hard for me pulling the trigger on James Gunn.
I know.
And that was like $160.
But we did a trade for it, right?
Sort of.
Yeah, with the Chris Hardwick.
I know, but it just like that's money. That's like what? Like
you mean you could have made money off of it,
Yeah.
right? I understand, but I'm in the grand scheme. If we picked up a pop and it had a high value, and we wanted another high value pop, I would be better with that than going out. Meaning that I spent
your
retail.
Paycheck.
Meaning, yeah, without spending my paycheck cash.
Yeah.
I'd rather have purchased a pop for $15. Now it's worth $150 to get another $150 pop.
I don't want to like say anything, but you need to wipe this eye.
Why? What's wrong with it?
You-
Is it gross?
yeah.
Oh, Heather, why couldn't you told me that before?
No, it just happened. It's gone now.
Don't like that. That's a party foul if I ever heard one. So what are so you say your daughter collects? Your daughters collect with you.
Right.
So what do they collect?
We're in the Disney princess scene.
Oh, okay.
So that's mainly it. Yeah, we've got a miscellaneous collection up in their room. So it's mainly Disney princesses, and then you know, I'm a supporter of the LGBTQ movement. So we've got some Orange is the New Black, and we've got all the drag divas.
Oh, cool.
You know, so those are kind of fun. Trying to think what else. I just got Waddles, so
Waddles.
yeah, he's from oh no, good time to lose a name. Waddles is, yeah, he's it's Bill Cipher, the triangular guy cartoon.
Oh, yeah, somebody will say it in the comments. I know they will. Because I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I know what you're talking about. Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls.
There you go. Thank you, VVGS.
I should know that.
Well, so that's cool because so your daughter's kind of collecting with you. I find that to be fun with my son because my son likes to collect Funko Pops. In fact, he loves it so much that we have a channel and do this that he wants to record stuff on his little Game Boy and act like he's doing what I'm doing. So I always find that to be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But he collects his own Funko Pops. We go to the store. He picks out some sometimes. But he really likes keeping them like mint and like putting them in his room and make sure they're stacked. And if like his friends come in, he's like, don't touch my Pops. Those are like kind of sacred. You're not allowed to touch those. They're collectibles.
Okay.
They're not toys.
He never used the word sacred.
Well, I'm just saying in his child terms. But he doesn't let anybody touch them. In fact, he tells like my parents when they go into his bedroom, he's like, yeah, don't touch them. When they visit our house.
What's funny about him though is as soon as we started taking Pops out of box and showing them, he will ask, hey, like specific ones, can I take this one out of its box? And he'll like display them.
Yeah, he likes to display out of box every once in a while.
But only some.
But the point that I'm getting at is that, in my opinion, now I don't know how old your daughters are, and because we haven't even gotten to that question, or if you even want to tell us what their ages are. But my son Max, he is little, and I think it's important for him to learn what collecting is and how to keep things in good shape. Because I remember,
so you want him to
grow up and learn,
to get a job. And spend his paycheck on Pops.
Precisely. I mean, can I make it any clearer, Heather? I mean, how much clearer can I be? No, I just want him to know how to. I didn't have that when I was a kid. All my stuff became trash and like throwing.
If I had known that, then I would probably have mint carded 12-back Star Wars stuff. Like
yeah, right.
The stories of my collecting past and history and like with my father is old ratty tatty comic books and baseball cards that they used to have but grandma threw out, like
yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's interesting because my mom apparently had a bunch of records from like the 60s and 70s. And her father ended up taking those records, and they were original, like apparently like original Beatle prints. And he shot them. He threw them up in the air and he was shooting them.
Oh gosh.
Pull! Destroyed all of her records. But that's the thing though. You know nowadays people recognize what what the value of something like that's going to be. Because back then, like I don't think nostalgia was such a big thing back even when my parents were younger. And of course, now you have all these different properties, Marvel and all this type of stuff. People really have their eyes out and to make sure that they keep all of their stuff in mint condition because one day it could be worth a lot of money. So I just think it's good for a kid to learn that. Yeah. I think that's a good thing. Yeah. So your daughters, do they keep theirs in the box and display them and all that?
Yeah, they don't have a choice. Yeah, I have a 17-year-old and a 14-year-old high school girls, and yeah, they're amazing. And I'm sure they'd like to take them out of the box, but no, we're a stay in the box collectoral group.
That's awesome. And you mentioned one of your daughters wants to get into doing like YouTube type stuff. Is that something she wants to get into?
Yeah, I mean, I would assume she wants to pursue musical theater.
Awesome.
Wow.
And she's been doing this journalism class where she's one of the like head reporters. She's like at the news desk, and they're really entertaining and funny. And I've always thought her sense of humor would be something that would catch fire. So
cool.
Hopefully she does. We got her a decent camera, so. Awesome. I keep working her. We'll see.
Yeah, no, that'll be good. I hope she has success. And like I mentioned before, if you need any help, let us know. We'll do what we can to help you to help get her started if she doesn't know how to figure that out. So upcoming Funko Pops that you'd like to see. Maybe they haven't even announced it yet. Are there any like Funko Pops or characters you'd like to see made into Funko Pops?
Yeah, I was just thinking of this yesterday. I think they should do Fast Times at Ridgemont High for sure.
Yes, Spicoli, yeah.
Spaceballs. I mean, how do we not have Spaceballs? Gosh, and I can't remember what it was that I thought of the other day. But there are specific musicians that I think. I mean, they'll keep doing it, of course, but. I don't know.
Well, they just released Billy Idol, which is one that I really, really want. Apparently, it was at a couple of stores this morning.
Yeah, he's coming out.
Yeah, I want to go get it. Apparently, it's not supposed to be due until at the end of January.
Oh.
So it came out a little early.
I guess so.
Is there a chase with that too?
No chase, but it's just a really cool looking pop, and he has like his earrings and the necklaces and the open jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good looking pop. I really, really want one. Because my favorite song of all time is
Rebel Yell.
And every time we go somewhere and there's a mic open to sing, what do?
You sing. You try to sing.
How is it?
Not good.
It's not good.
Alcohol induced.
It's always a party. It's always a party.
Loud.
It's always a party when Rebel Yell comes on.
No, it's the opposite of the party. The party leaves when Rebel Yell comes on and you open your mouth.
I'd like them to make some things more accessible too, because they're so limited. Like, I'd like to see Kiss re-released.
Yeah.
No.
I think they're re-releasing Kiss.
Are they?
I saw something the other day. Don't quote me on it, but I definitely saw that a list of Kiss Pops.
Interesting. I mean, but that's a band that they can make multiple sets of, because over the years they've changed. They have different outfits and stuff.
Yeah, they could do the Dynasty face it. Well, that's not mixing it up, but I'm sorry. They could do Destroyer, and then they could do the Love Gun outfits.
Oh, that's like my favorite thing ever is Love Gun.
And then they could do Dress to Kill with them in the tuxedos. Yeah,
that would be cool. The disco era.
Yeah. Kisco.
Do you have a significant other? And if you do, what do they think about this whole pop collecting thing?
I do, and I've definitely slowed down my collecting habits. Not as much of a priority for her.
What? You don't say.
No. But and her son is into it. I've gotten him a couple of the Overwatch pops because he's into that, and I can't remember what the other one. I don't think it was. Maybe it was a Yu-Gi-Oh pop.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
But for the most part, the only pop that she owns is Prince. And I mean, he's godlike. He's worthy of anyone who doesn't have a pop collection owning him for sure.
Yeah, they have a couple of different Prince pops, didn't they? Did they make a couple?
I think so. They did.
Because FYE
Purple
had one.
Rain.
Yeah.
And then they did.
Was Perp Rain. They did PURPE on the back of the box. And I think they just redid the box for that FYE one.
Interesting.
And it reads purple now. So
okay. So
that's good to know.
They fixed it.
Wow. What was I gonna say? Oh, I was wondering how old her son is.
he's 12.
Oh wow, that's awesome. All of their kids are like in the same sort of.
Yeah. 12, 14, 17. Yeah.
Well, 17's sort of a little higher, but 12 and 14.
12 and 14,
that's
that's they're kind of close in range. Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
cool. That's awesome.
Did all the kids get along?
Oh yeah, totally. We have a great time together, and he's drawing a lot more, and I mean, it's funny. It's interesting to see people evolve. Like my own daughter draws a ton, and she wants to pursue art, and my significant other's son is sort of still finding his style, but he keeps doing things that are really impressive to me, and I like that from the gut sort of thing, and then trying to help people refine it so they can draw it the way they want to draw it. That's always a reward of the craft of teaching people art.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I guess it's always nice. Here you are teaching them, tutoring them, and then over time they come up with a picture, and you're blown away yourself.
No, yeah, completely. I have a kid who's kind of on this autistic spectrum, even though we all are, and he's really intricate with what he does, and he wants to draw a finished line when he draws. And he wants everything to be symmetrical, and he's just really inside the box. So I've been doing a lot of gestural sort of action pose work to get him to loosen up. And it's amazing how you send that in to balance things, and there's an aha, It's like, oh, I can draw this lightly underneath, and then I can get that refined line on top just the way I want it. So.
Okay, yeah.
Interesting.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
So question kind of completely off on the other different tangent. Do you have local Funko groups in your area? And if so, have you been a part of them? Have you gone to meets? What's doing there?
Yeah. I'm gonna get it wrong. So, but one's the Colorado Fiends or something like that. There's two groups that I'm a part of as far as I know, and then I do the Funko Mafia too, and I mostly do it trade. That's how I've gotten some higher end pops, is traded more for less, but you get the more premium pops that way. So that's and then I've been to a few of the Funko swap events, and I've come away happy, and
cool.
I mean, the community's really, I mean, you have that end of people who are just in it for the money. They don't even want to talk to you if you want to trade or whatever. But for the most part, you walk up to somebody and they're like, if you've got something they want, it's really not hard to make that connection with somebody, and I think that's cool.
Yeah,
you know?
no, that is cool, and we've said it multiple times, but we've made some of our greatest now, like better friends through collecting Funko Pops, and
Sure.
of course it's you come together because you all love kind of the same thing, and once that conversation's over, then you kind of learn a little bit more about each other, and then you start to realize, hey, maybe they like more other things that I like. And a lot of our friends, we've learned that, and now we kind of pal around with them. We go places with them, and honestly, when I got into Funko Pop collecting, it was sort of just, oh, I'm actually going to collect something. I wanted to start collecting Marvel, and I was like, oh, I'm actually gonna get something that says Marvel on it. I never purchased anything like this before, and then as I did that, started buying them, and they're stacking all around me. I started joining all these groups, and then Heather kind of joins the fun because Heather hated Pops at first. Like she kind of disliked them, I think is a better word.
No, I didn't like how quickly your obsession grew. Like I thought it was really bad.
Yeah, and then hers got really bad too.
Yeah, and now we have like 700.
Now we're disgusting. Now we're just really gross. And then so what ended up happening was we ended up joining groups together and then going to meets. And then when we started going to meets, it was funny. So typically when you're watching our videos, it probably looks like I'm like this big talker and I'm constantly going and I might seem like I'm the one that never shuts up. Well, when we go out, Heather is the one that never shuts up. Heather talks to everybody, and she's like the most outgoing person, and I kind of just stand off to the side. And she comes back to me, and she'll be like, so-and-so said this, and so-and-so said that. And out the door she goes, talking to all of her friends again. So she... I don't
you're
know.
on your phone when you're not doing this. Like, you're in your
that?
phone, right? You're in your phone when you're not doing this.
Yeah.
It's true.
At the bridal shops,
Right.
at the invitation place.
Pretty much, yeah. So she and I. So at the end of the day, this whole Funko thing has one, grown some friendships. Two, burned our bank account, and three, brought Heather and I closer together.
Sometimes.
Most of the time. Sometimes, most of the time.
Unless he says, let's go Funko Pop hunting, this is the last store, and then we hit 5 other stores, then we grow further apart. And he sleeps on the couch.
That's what I like to call fun.
I'm just kidding. We've actually never slept away from each other.
No, we haven't.
In this house.
No, we have not. Never. Not even once.
Well, when you had your own house and I lived at my dad's.
It was a little bit different.
I lived at my dad's.
Oh, okay. Good explanation, Heather.
I know, I'm really good at things.
So what got you... Okay, so here's my big question. You mentioned you love Chewbacca. You collect Chewbacca. You have... last night you were showing us around. You have action figures and Pops as well. What got you so into Chewbacca? When did you get so into Chewbacca? And what about him it gravitates you to that character?
Right. I saw the original Star Wars in the theater probably 27 times, I think.
Oh my God.
I had all the figures, but I had no idea about telescoping lightsabers and, big head and small head and early bird specials. I wanted to play with them. So, but Chewbacca's just kind of this loyal, constant, and you don't understand him, but you understand him through Han understanding him, but you also understand him through his actions, So I've always kind of liked him because he's so loyal, but also because he acts rather than speaks, and his actions give him the character that he's got, which I think is a pretty admirable character, right?
Yeah. No, I love that character personally too. It makes you wonder though, how long is Chewbacca going to last? Because it seems like they're killing off every Star Wars character as we go along.
Yeah, he's going to be the last. They're like the sunset's going to go down, everyone's dead, and Chewbacca's hair is flown in the wind.
I agree.
I personally love the pop with him with the goggles on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool pop from Solo.
And I think they should do another of the Hoth ones, but have the hair like that, like the It clown.
Yeah, like off to the side.
across his face. Like, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a cool pop. Somebody should make a custom of that. If you're listening out there, world, make a custom of that Chewbacca and send it to our friend Thomas Gray at Thomas Gray Studios.
With the Pennywise head. Yeah, that'd
there
be
you
awesome.
go, with the Pennywise head on it. Well, no, just the hair. Like, if you could just remove the hair and put it on the Chewbacca, that may or may not be the most hilarious Funko Pop I would ever see. So we actually we like to do this 3-question deal, where there are 3 kind of like really off the wall questions, which we call, hold on, let me see if I can get to it, random questions.
You need a song for that.
That wasn't good enough.
You need a little xylophone music or something, you know?
Yeah.
Someone needs to hold a triangle.
I need to have like a little opener, like a little not a promo, but just an intro to the random questions.
Oh, you could sit in a one-man band machine and just hit random instruments times while you're
You know what? I feel like somehow, some way, I would end up getting injured. And then Heather would have to cart me off to the hospital.
Oh, I wouldn't cart you off. I'd leave you here. And
yeah,
I would Snapchat it.
Heather goes, well, bye. So, question 1. Now, Heather, by the way, I just want to let you all know, Heather did come up with these 3 questions. Now, I read them myself, and I thought to myself, wow, these are horrible.
Oh.
Why? Because we have a website we go to pull up these questions, and I just thought she would come up with really good ones.
I thought they could be good.
No, these could be fun. Okay, question number 1. What is something that everyone looks stupid doing? We'll start off with you, because you're the one who came up with the question.
I didn't even think about it.
You came up with the questions knowing that you'd have to answer, and you did not come up with an answer?
I didn't think about that one.
You thought about the other ones?
A little bit.
Okay, so what is something that everyone looks stupid doing?
Being Chris Gass.
Thomas?
I don't know. I think everyone looks dumb doing headstands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the impressiveness of the headstand kind of balances the dumbness of all the blood flowing down to your head. But I don't think you can look very good with in that condition. That looks kind of dumb to me.
What is something that everyone looks stupid doing? Dancing in the car to music when nobody else can hear the music.
Unless they can dance.
And that's not dancing.
Oh, that's your kind of dancing.
Yeah, that's what I do.
That's seriously his dance move.
It is.
He does it in the kitchen almost every day.
Mm-hmm. That's what we just said. No, somebody that can't dance.
Right.
I mean, we're very clear about that.
Well, yeah, I was just letting you know. So I thought of one. Mine is, now you're not going to understand that.
Okay.
And you're probably not going to understand that. And most people in the chat probably aren't going to understand that, but the girls will.
Okay.
Putting on mascara.
I have seen you put on mascara. You look pretty stupid.
I don't know. You tell me otherwise.
Well, no, I say you look pretty, but
how about putting on bad, untested mascara? Because then you get the clumps, and like if you have no idea what's coming out of there, like you're gonna find the refined mascara that flows and works really well, but if you're given like a Crayola mascara, like
Crayola mascara.
No, it can't even be Crayola. It has to be the off-brand.
Yeah, like God, what would the off-brand be? It's art something. I should know, right?
Yeah, you should know. What are you doing? But no, seriously, every woman that I know holds their mouth open while they're putting it on.
Right.
And on top of it, you look really ridiculous doing like your opposite eye with your dominant hand.
And you look insane if you're doing it at a stoplight in traffic.
Yeah. Not good.
Very not good.
That's not good. That's not good at all.
Rose art! Jonathan Magical. Rose art.
Rose art crayons.
You're right.
They're the worst. They're like watercolor, only in crayon form, but then they also get clumpy.
Yeah, and the colored pencils are like dyed wood. There's not even pigment. It's just a dyed thing that's trying to fool you into thinking it's a colored pencil.
It's dyed wood. Question number 2 of Heather's great questions that she chose today. What is the most ridiculous fact you know?
Thought about that one.
You did.
Yeah.
Thomas?
I mean, it's kind of a cool fact, but I don't know. I like the idea that no, it wasn't Michelangelo, it was Leonardo who coined the term sfumato, 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 which means the haze that envelops the landscape as it goes further back in space.
Holy crap! That's
interesting.
That is a fact. That is some fact. You know what's sad? I don't know any facts. I mean, I literally know no fact. I cannot think of a fact.
Let's say, Chris, what's the most ridiculous thing that you know about Easter eggs in a movie?
There you go.
This is going to sound horrible. I'm blank on that one too.
Wow.
No wonder you think these questions are bad. It's because you don't know anything.
Like, tell me about Spider-Man Spider-Verse. Like, do you know anything? I know there's like a 212, but I wish I had gone in there knowing all the Easter eggs in that movie, so I could have gone, oh yeah, because you miss them. It's such a visually pleasing and distracting movie. You know?
God, that movie was so good. And that's a movie I wanted to see again, but I never got back to the theater. But no, there were some Easter eggs in that movie, and I read what the Easter eggs were what they were after. But because my memory never serves me well, I do not remember them. But hold on, let me see if I can remember a ridiculous fact. Now, you actually thought about this, so you have to have something.
I do.
What do you have in the chamber? What are you typing to?
Oh, I was talking in the chat.
Okay. What is the most ridiculous fact that you know?
The most ridiculous fact that I know. So some facts really come in handy, but this one I don't think would ever come in handy for me unless I was asked this at trivia. Mm-hmm. Flamingos are not pink at birth, and they lose their color if they don't eat shrimp. Shrimp makes them pink. Otherwise, they're gray.
And sometimes they feed them more pink shrimp to make the color on their feathers more bright. Like they can almost chemically alter the color of the flamingo with what they feed them. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, it's pretty like
I didn't
creepy.
know. I did not know any of this.
Yeah.
Have I gone through life, or how'd you learn this?
I used to read fact books as a little kid.
Did you?
Yeah, at like 6 years old.
I feel like really stupid right now. I don't remember. I don't know anything.
I'll bring over some fact books. We'll brush up on your facts.
I feel like I have a fact in there somewhere, but I mean, it's. I don't know where it's at. It's in there somewhere. It's hiding. I just don't know where it is. We'll move on to the next question because I just feel so lost right now. Who would play you in a movie? Who would play you in a movie about your life?
Wow.
You know who would play me? I already know. Robert Redford.
I don't know who that is, but I was going to say John Goodman.
Oh my God.
What?
Can you take it easy? That's really mean. Why would John Goodman play me?
Because he
Are you saying John Goodman plays you?
No, you.
Why would John Goodman play me? He's old. He's way older than I am.
You're sort of a grumpy old man. He looks like he's very grumpy.
I'm going with Shia LaBeouf.
Shia for you?
Yeah, for you.
Oh, for me. He's going with Shia.
Wow.
Okay.
You beard that guy up, put a hat on him backwards, boom.
I know who would be you, Thomas. It would be what's his face from Superbad? The cop. Seth Rogen.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can take that.
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
Who are you again? What was his name, Chris?
What's that?
Robert Redford?
Yeah, that was a joke. Robert Redford is very old.
Who is he?
Robert Redford. He was the villain in Winter Soldier.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah, Smokey and the Bandit.
Who is yours then?
Who would I choose for me?
Yeah.
It's obvious, The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Huh? Because coming all muscly.
Because he's chiseled.
Right, and come in fighting
No,
people.
but this is like a realistic.
Who would
thing.
really play me? Probably Jake Gyllenhaal.
Why?
Because Jake Gyllenhaal's cool. And he's playing Mysterio in Far From Home, which is going to be awesome.
Right.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Who would you say that would play me, other than John Goodman? I feel like when I say John Goodman, I want to say it like a caveman. John Goodman.
Like a what?
Caveman. John Goodman.
Oh, I thought you said something completely different, and I was like, oh my god. We're going to lose viewers. No, I can't say it. I cannot repeat it.
What, like, was it a racial slur?
No, it was worse.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Zach Bonifer, just so you know, I'm really bad with names. So, no, I had no idea who Robert Redford
She has no idea who anybody is.
Until I looked him up and saw his face, and I was like, oh, that guy.
Nathan Lowe said, for you, Thomas, it would be John C. Reilly.
Okay.
Oh, I like him.
I do Will Ferrell characters almost every Halloween. I've been Anchorman.
Awesome.
I've been Elf. So and I did Hopper one year, so that might be sort of close.
Hopper, yeah, Hopper from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I can see.
And
I can picture that.
one time, and people thought I looked like the dude.
Oh yeah, Big Lebowski. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Well, Heather, somebody actually said, I think it was Nathan Lowe said you look like Emma Stone. You would be Emma Stone.
That's funny because I was gonna say that. That was
Really?
my answer.
Yours is gonna be Emma Stone.
Yeah, because
Wow.
she's like hot and funny, and I'm like hot, obviously, and like really funny.
I
And
would
a hair.
say Cameron Diaz.
It's funny you say that because I know why you said that.
Heather went as Cameron Diaz's character from what was the movie?
Something about
Something
Mary.
About Mary one year. So her hair was up like this.
It wasn't Halloween. It was like a day at school. I'll see if I can find it. It was
Her dad thinks that picture is like the funniest thing ever created. He
It's
always
not
brings
funny,
it up.
Though.
He brings
it's
it
like
up.
my favorite thing. No, that was for Spirit Day. At
That was
school.
Spirit Day?
Yeah.
You went and that was a photo for school? You went to school like that?
Hell yeah.
Did people realize?
Yeah, some old lady. I swear. So it was back when I was in hair school.
Hold on, let me show the picture.
Hold on. It was back when I was in hair school. Okay. We had a celebrity day. It was like, I think it was Spirit Week, and one day was celebrity day.
Oh, it was hair school. I thought you meant like high school.
No.
Oh God, I was
So-
gonna be like, geez, I figured they'd throw you out.
No, I would just say that it was hair gel like it was in the movie.
Nice.
Because it was hanging off his ear, and she was like, "Oh, is that hair gel?"
Yeah, right.
Did you like my gel noise?
Yeah, that was disgusting. Go ahead.
But no, I was blow drying some older lady's hair, and she says, "So who are you?" And I said,
Awkward. The most awkward question of all time.
I said, "Oh, I'm Cameron Diaz from There's Something About Mary," and I described the scene, but I let her know that it was hair gel.
That's what you told her? That
Well,
poor
yeah.
lady. That poor woman. She has no idea what you're talking. She
Well,
probably went
now-
home that night, watched the movie, and she's like, I cannot believe I was tricked.
What a sinner.
Yeah.
Well, show me your picture.
So the reason I chose Cameron Diaz, though, is because when I was younger, I forget who had told me, but someone had said that I resembled Cameron Diaz with my blonde hair, blue eyes, and I have sort of like a square face, right? So, well, that's my best friend. She went as Katy Perry. But, oh, you can't see it.
Hold on, let me see if I can turn this down.
Darn it.
Hold on. You got to turn down the brightness on that phone there, Heather.
Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, yeah, there it is. That's me. My bangs were, like, straight up.
Heather, you look hotter than ever in that photo.
I know.
Just so you know.
I know. I was so... Oh, this was this weird guy. Oh, he was weird.
But do you want to show that on here?
Yeah.
Let's get-
Okay, well, go ahead.
So that's my friend Kali. She was Nicki Minaj, and then that weird guy in the middle, he was this guy. There was a bowling alley next to my hair school, right? He was this guy that would come in and get his hair cut, and he would say, "Yeah, I just finished up a pitcher of beer at the bowling." So he would come in like drunk, like effed up, and we would do his hair. And one time, so Kali she since got it covered up, but she had grapes on like her breast,
Okay.
tattooed.
Okay.
And the guy said that he really wanted to eat her grapes.
Oh, Heather, I could have gone all night without hearing that.
He was so weird. It was
Lord.
funny. I love pickup lines.
Way to shake up. That's not a pickup line.
Oh,
that's
that's
called
a-
being a creep.
That's a
Yeah,
great
that's-
pickup line.
That's being a disgusting
if
creep.
you told me
That's being a disgusting bowling alley beer drinking creep.
If you told me that you wanted to eat my grapes, oh man, we would have gotten married a long time
I'm
ago.
almost positive the first night we met I said that. I don't know what I was referring to, but I want to eat those grapes. So, Thomas, you had mentioned earlier, actually, before we even went live, that you don't like pre-ordering Funko Pops. I want to get into this. He does not like pre-ordering Funko Pops. He likes the hunt, which I find, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I have a lot of respect for you.
Yeah. And
I have a question when you're done.
I can see, you know, you go to the 4 or 5 after you start, like, you want some success in the hunt. You know, you don't want to keep showing up at places and going, you know, where's this? How come this isn't here? But sometimes it's, I think that finding it, there's a great joy, you know, in you and that pop that's been elusive coming together in that moment and place.
Yeah, you feel like you accomplished it, like you won or something.
Like if I order something, I'd rather forget I ordered it and have it just appear, just for the surprise element, because I think that's a great deal of why this hobby is so fun.
Yeah, I agree. The hunting and the finding is definitely a lot of fun. Now, for us here in Maryland, hunting is no longer really a thing. The stores will actually post photos on Instagram and on Facebook the night before, and then people line up. So that's the problem around here. Although we could go to Target and Walmarts and stuff and try to hunt and find things.
Yeah, but we won't.
But most people get up and, you know, their hours are much different than ours. Work hours are much different. So they are always going to kind of beat us to the punch. We really have no choice.
Right.
So that part kind of stings. So how is it out there in Colorado? By the way, he is in Colorado, if we haven't mentioned that yet. How is the hunting there?
It's gotten better. You know, like before the Walmarts were high and dry every time, but now they've got that special section, and like I actually found a chase at a Walmart recently. I don't think I've ever found a chase at Hot Topic because everyone lines up for those, and it's, you know, it's so that just feels, I don't know. It feels disingenuous to do that.
Yeah, standing in line for, I get it, because I agree with that.
Unless it's like I've done that for the Comic-Con exclusives, you know, like the fall convention exclusives that are then or retailer specific, you know,
right?
Like, so I've gone and lined up because those sometimes are hard to come by, and it's kind of worth it. And that's kind of fun too, lining up and commiserating with all the other guys that are lining up with you.
Agreed.
Or girls, sorry.
Agreed. Yeah, we're the same way. We do enjoy that sometimes where you're standing in line. Most of the times when I stand in line, I end up running into like at least one person that I know,
Right.
which is nice. But the standing in line part always gets under my skin because there have been people that tell me that they go and stand in line, and sometimes they post pictures on Facebook in the groups. They'll go start standing in line at like 5 o'clock in the morning inside of a mall, waiting for the 10 o'clock open. That, for me, is like, you know what? I'm good. I'd rather pay the extra few bucks to just buy it and spend a little extra instead of wasting all my time.
No, yeah. I mean, I used to do that with concert tickets when you could do that.
Oh, yeah.
So you'd start the line for the Iron Maiden concert ticket release, and then you'd take a roll call and you'd say, be back here in 3 hours. And if people didn't show, they got bumped to the back. And like, that was a thing for concert tickets. This I don't think is worth as much unless it is that the one, the blue Batman, or something like that. Like
a Grail piece.
Oh, right. So,
yeah. So what is the Grail piece in your collection?
Wow. The one I came by, and the thing about collecting these is it's museum-like, I don't feel like I'm living in a toy store. I feel like a lot of what I have is personal. And so it's like you're the creator and curator of your own museum and how you display things. And
sure.
I think that's kind of a cool thing about it too. But I would say, I got the Harry Potter 3-pack. It was the 3 creatures, and that was skyrocketed. But I got that, I think, waiting to get the Fantastic Beasts book. The screenplay.
Yeah.
They did a midnight release for that, and I saw that off to the side, and I was like, "Hey, that's cool. I could use that in my Harry Potter collection." And so that one I came by legitimately, and that's gone up in value quite a bit.
It has, yeah.
Heather has that one.
But the two, I think the two that are rock solid are, I have Steamboat Willie and I have Sorcerer Mickey.
Cool.
From the original set, not the 90th anniversary stuff. Right. And those are, I don't have anything like outrageous. But those value-wise are probably top of the Grail list.
Yeah, that's cool. But I mean, not even like value-wise, but what is like a Grail piece for you? If tomorrow you were told you had to get rid of all of your Funko Pops, what is one that you definitely could not separate yourself from?
I couldn't keep one because it would just lead to another. No, I don't know. I like the Flock Chewies. Flocked is kind of the thing. I like that a lot. So I would say that. There's so many cool ones though, but I got to stay in Chewbacca's corner with that one. Maybe it's not the most, it's not characteristically the best version that they could do or whatever, but I still think Fuzzy Chewbacca is always going to win.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people do not like flocked Pops, but yeah, I happen to like them. My
one friend says that they make her teeth hurt just by looking at them. That's like my favorite thing she's ever said.
What? So outside of Funko Pops, when it comes to nerdum, what do you like to do? Are you a gamer? Do you play video games? Or is there anything outside? Are you big into certain films? Like, I'm a big Marvel Cinematic Universe guy, so I'm there for every movie night that it opens and all that kind of jazz. What are you really into?
Yeah. I don't do a lot of things without family, so I'd say I'm really into family. And, my significant other, her son, my daughters, and there's nothing in particular that we do. It's just being together, and I think it's about the people that you have fun with, But I sketch, and I do, all this freelance stuff when I can. Sometimes it's hard to be inspired, and I work weird hours. But yeah, I like going to the comic book shop. I like things showing up that I didn't expect, and I kind of like spontaneity. I like surprise. I like when people are happy and smile because you take them somewhere that they didn't expect. And yeah, so
that's an awesome answer. That was deep, Thomas. That was deep. Heather, what question do you have? You said you have a question.
Yeah.
From a person in the audience here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, first, Jason, Griff, Danielle, and Joe are here, and they said hi.
Yay!
And so did Griffin.
Nice.
And then,
Jason.
Skylar Weasley. I'm assuming that the last name is not really Weasley.
No, because that's my daughter.
Wanted you to tell us about Redbeard.
Redbeard. Why would you want me to tell you about that?
I don't know because I don't know the story.
Yeah, no.
Is Redbeard weird?
I gave up for a while. Like, gave up. Like, had to give up beard. You know? Where you look at the guy and you think you should throw change at him because his beard is so unmanaged and mangly.
Uh-huh.
I remember wanting to go in this guy's studio, and it was locked from the front, but it was a glass front. And I knocked on his door, you know, like trying to commiserate with him as an artist. And he's like, no, you know, and he pulls his pockets out. And I was like, no, dude, that's not why I'm So I shaved it and kept the long goatee. And then I decided to dye that red. So.
Oh, really? You had it dyed red?
It was kind of a time in my life where I was, when I cut it, I was trying to refine myself and stop giving up. So I went slowly into that by giving up further by walking into a room and everyone looking at me because I have this stark red beard, you know?
Yeah. No, that's cool. No, that's
Can we
cool.
color your beard red?
I don't know. Yeah, if you want. I'll look weird in meetings at work, I guess. I don't know.
Bright red.
Bright red?
Yeah.
No, I want to do that for the wedding.
Okay.
No, do purple. And then he'll look like Thanos.
There we go. That's right. It's actually
extended with that, right?
Yeah, and my favorite color is purple, and Heather's favorite color is green.
Yeah, you know, you're so right about that.
She gets so mad over that.
Yes, I do.
Thing.
We have been together way too long for you to think on any universe, on any planet, in any universe.
Listen, let me tell you something. As a guy, I do not care if people know my favorite color. I didn't realize it was a big deal to you.
Okay, if I told you,
maybe not as a guy, but just as a person.
If I told you, hey Chris, your favorite color is red, you would say, oh, do you not pay attention to me? My favorite color is not red.
No, if you said your favorite color is red, I'd be like, oh, when I was a kid, it was red. And I changed it. Now it's purple. It's changed now.
My favorite color never changed. It was purple.
Nah, it's always green. But we'll get off that subject. So what's on the horizon here, Thomas? Now, you have your Instagram. What can people find on your Instagram? Let's do a little promotional stuff here. Let's let all these guys know what they're going to find there.
Well, I share when I get pops. I like, if I get a mail call, I like opening it and not saying what's in the box type thing. And then my art, and I do all kinds of things. Like, I've been doing window paintings. I did a lot of window painting for the holidays for people. I'm actually about to do one for a business that promotes the Super Bowl.
Oh, awesome.
Wow.
And then I do chalkboards in a market, and I've done murals there. And teaching obviously is going to take time. I have a couple commissions coming up, and then comic. It's a 24-hour comic, and I'm finishing up the scans so that I can submit it. But it will be published through Time Warp Comics in Boulder, Colorado.
No kidding.
Wow.
And me and two other guys went into that shop and drew for 24 hours straight. And so, yeah, and they're both prolific. Like, I'm sitting in the presence of brilliance, because it takes me a while not only to get warmed up, but to get the lines that I like the best. So 24 hours, you're kind of put in a position where you have to sacrifice quite a bit of quality to get your story told, you know? So, sure. And these guys, I mean, it's inspiring to work with people that motivate you to get better. Because I'm really good at some things, and other things I have to work at, but I pretty much think I can do just about anything. So I'm going to keep taking commissions and hopefully get the website up soon and start selling prints and t-shirts.
Cool.
And try and trade more and not purchase as many pops, and maybe move a couple. My collection's close to 650 right now, which is a little ridiculous.
Wow. Okay.
And I think that there's something to be said about putting pops back in the market, you know, not at ridiculous prices or anything, but I think there's something to that, you know, and I don't think I want to get in that business necessarily, but I think I would like to lose a little weight on the Funko Pop end, just so I don't have so much that I can't display, or it just gets more ridiculous than it already is.
I know. That's kind of where we're at, too. I think we're going to try to slim down just a little bit. It's hard to slim down on my Marvel down here because I love them all so much, and they're a part of my overall Marvel collection, and that's my baby. And then I have my Mega Mans over here, so I might end up start cutting down on like some Destiny Pops and stuff like that. I just don't know yet, but I got to slim down a little bit.
I want to keep.
I know. But I'm just saying, I got to slim down somewhere. I got to find a place to slim down. We'll get there.
Okay, if we look at the Negan looking pillar, the barbed wire wrap behind you, that goes up to a little facade at the top. Are those comic books or just posters?
Those are actually promotional cards. So the middle thing is actually something Heather purchased for me at like a Michael's. I don't even know what that is.
It's from Hobby Lobby. It's like a wooden piece of artwork.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, but the cards are actually, so they were promotional trading cards, but oversized.
Right.
They were given to like comic book shops and convenience stores to put in their windows to let you know that those cards were being sold there. My father had a convenience store back in the 90s, and he got a whole stack of them. So I actually stored them away as a kid in the R2-D2 that is back behind us.
Right.
And in that R2-D2, I went through it and to bring actually the R2-D2 to this house when we moved here. And when I pulled those cards out, I looked at Heather and said, I have to frame these. These are so cool. And we did. And so they're all hanging up there now.
Retell that story about the cards. What did you say? Heather, we have to
frame them.
Uh-huh.
And Heather framed them.
Heather framed them, yes.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to know.
Heather always has to get the credit, so you got the credit.
He always like includes himself in things that I do for him. And it's like we're doing these projects together, but really, like, I worked my butt off to, like, find the perfect frames and, like, find paper and cut it exactly to size just so you had that up there.
If you had to work your butt off over all the things I've ever taken credit for, you would no longer have a butt.
Yeah, you're right. I never work my actual butt off.
Right.
It's an expression, Chris.
Your expression butt. Expressed butt. Expressed butt?
Okay.
We express butt together.
We express butt together, yes. So, Thomas, hopefully we see that you open an Etsy store, because Heather and I would definitely like to order a couple of your prints. So maybe we can do that in the upcoming future. Once you do get your Etsy store, let us know. We can share it. We can let the world know, too, alongside you. Right. And in the future, we're also going to do more of the interview stuff. And I think that at one point, once we get enough people, we'll do a full panel and bring a lot of people in so we can all chat and shoot the breeze. And I think that'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. And thank you for being here. We decided to start doing this a couple months before Christmas time, and we thought, we're going to go in the new year and we're going to do something a little different. And honestly, I thought we would bring people on here and we would talk Funko Pops, and it would just be, what's your favorite Funko Pop? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, see you later. No, but what I've learned is that we are learning about people and what they're into aside from their Funko Pop collecting, which I think is the most interesting thing. I mean, here you're an artist, and your artistry is beautiful. And on top of that, another part of your life is collecting the Funko Pops. And
Yeah.
I think that's so cool.
And also examples of my students' work and all that is something that can be found on my Facebook page. So it's Thomas Gray Studios. If you just plug that in, it'll come up, and that's where the photos of all of my diverse work is, and the kind of work that I have my students doing. So
awesome.
People should check that out too.
Awesome. Heather, is there any way you can link that in the chat? Is there a share?
There is.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try to share that in the chat here, and that way everybody can head on over there and I guess like your page that you have there. Is it a friend page or a like page?
Like page.
Perfect. So people can go over there and like your page and check you out there. And
like
remember,
him on, or follow him. I'm sorry, I get
Instagram.
my terms mixed up. Follow him on Instagram. It's Thomas Gray Studios. Gray with an E, not an A. That's very important.
By the way, you told us there was something weird. I don't know if you want to disclose this on this live here, but you mentioned that Studios is actually affiliated not necessarily with Studios, but really your last name.
Yeah, because my last name is Studholm, so I took the home off and added an iOS to Stud. So
that's awesome.
Studios, right? Trying to be clever. I don't know how many people pick up on that, but that was what I was going for. You know, using my name, but also making it more of an artistic statement too. So
that's awesome. So we look forward to seeing more from you. When we get to the point where we have gone through a couple other people, we'll do a panel like halfway, a halfway mark, and bring everybody in and chat with everybody at the same time and have a little party, a little Skype party here. But I just want to let you know we really appreciate you coming on here with us. It was a lot of fun, and we really enjoyed getting to know you. And we hope for a friendship going into the future and connecting more. That's what we want to say.
No, it was completely an honor. I think I said this, but you two are up and coming celebrities, and so being a part of this is definitely cool for me. And I appreciate the promotion, but also, I mean, what could be better than sitting around and talking about nerd stuff and getting to know one another better? I think
absolutely.
This is a really great idea. I love the blue collar sort of feel for you guys. You know, there's guys that are like, I'm getting $1 million boxes today that I'm going to open. And, I get this, that, and the other. And you guys are more on the level of, the true collectors, I think, not the people that are trying to go overboard or have the resources to pursue the collectible market that way. So I really appreciate and enjoy that about you, and I hope that you guys stay grounded, because I know
that's very insightful. I appreciate that, because I never heard it. I never heard anybody say it that way, but that is like 100% true. Thank you. That was actually really awesome. But guys, this is Thomas Gray Studios. Make sure you go and follow him. Make sure you go onto the Facebook page and like his page. Thomas, for now, we're going to disconnect with you and do a little closeout section here. Thank you so much for being here. You are so awesome, and let us know when we can tackle and get some of those prints there.
All right. We do interviews together.
We interview together, yes. Thanks, man.
I'm out. Thanks.
Later.
Thank you.
Guys, that was awesome. That was so much fun. We actually stayed on a lot longer than I thought. We're almost going into an hour and a half here. It's 10:18 here Eastern Standard Time. Wow. So actually, we have a couple of things to talk about. Nothing too crazy. But an interesting little piece of information that I did want to let you guys know. One, Thomas Gray Studios is awesome, and you should totally be going over to his Instagram right now or after this video and following him on Instagram and going on his Facebook page and liking his page, because you can find a lot of really cool stuff there. Go and look through all of his art and all that kind of jazz. I highly suggest that you do that, because he's so cool. People are saying we're quiet. You want to turn that all the way up?
Yep.
All right, there we go. Are we louder now? I hope we're louder. Is it louder? I hope it's louder. Hello, Chevy Pop Tokyo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do we sound better? No sound? There's no sound. We lost sound. The sound is super low. Volume low. Yes, better. Okay, we're better now? Okay. What I was saying was go over and make sure you follow, make sure you go and follow Thomas Gray Studios on his Facebook and on his Instagram. Do that. Make sure you do that. Okay, good. I'm glad we sound better. So, interesting. Louder? Okay. I can't go any louder. I can't. I just can't. So, interesting thing happened. Our friend who actually will be here visiting with us very, very soon, our buddy Jason Swoboda, who is a really good guy, has been collecting Funko for about 1 million years. Well, since 1990. Or no, since 2000 at least. Will be here live with us. But what's cooler even than that, or maybe just equal to, he has given us an opportunity. He has given us an opportunity to be advertised in his comic book. Isn't that awesome? You guys are the first to know about this. We haven't posted it anywhere. We're very excited. We're kind of blown away that we were asked to do this. It means a lot to us that we're actually going to be printed in something, which is interesting because I never thought I'd ever see the outlines of our faces printed anywhere but on a, where would it be printed? That's not good.
Urinal?
A urinal. Or sticker on a urinal where people are aiming.
Target practice.
Their target practice on there. Yeah, so we're going to be on a comic book in a little advertisement section. He's going to be here talking about the comic book. He's going to open the comic book and probably show us that day, that night. And it's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. Can't wait to see it.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, so one of our friends actually, Heather's good friend, is the one who actually made the artwork for it. And we sent it over so it could be printed. So we're really excited about it. It's very special to us. It means a lot to us. It's so cool.
I am really excited.
I am too. So yeah, so that's the big piece of information. Another thing is that we will be live. Can you get a copy of the comic book? Absolutely. Now the problem is that the power is at B. I have no control over this, and you know that if I were able to get a stack of the comic books and just give them to you, I probably would. But I'll probably have to buy them from somebody, and it'll be a couple bucks. So if you're willing to pay a couple dollars and you want a copy of the comic book, we can totally make that happen. And Jason
I'm sure
might
it'll be up for sale somewhere, right?
No, it might be. I just don't know. I don't know enough about it, honestly. It could be a local thing. I don't know.
We'll let you guys know when we have more information.
Yeah, when we have more information, we'll let you know. And for all I know, Jason will bring a copy or a couple over to give away. So I don't know. I'll talk to him about it, see where we go from there. But I did want to remind you guys that the visit to All Time Toys is coming up this Wednesday. So of course, we'll be live again on Sunday, here to hang out with you for a good hour. And then on Wednesday, we'll be back at the toy store, hanging out and doing our thing. We're really, really looking forward to that. It was fun the last time. I'm really excited about going again this time. In fact, I contacted Jason today. And I let him know that did you guys happen to see that Punisher War Machine Hot Toys? So I saw that today and I absolutely lost my mind because that might be the coolest Hot Toys I've ever seen. And I contacted Jason of alltimetoys.com and I let him know I really, really want one. So he's going to try and see if he can work that out in the future. So, I hope that's one. That one and Thanos are two that I know I want for sure. I haven't been able to pull the trigger on any other ones, but I know those two for sure I really want. So that figure looks really, really cool. I'm excited about it. And Heather, she looked at it, she looked at me, and she laughed, and she said, I cannot believe that you're going to spend that kind of money on an action figure.
I didn't say that.
She said, how dare you? Snap out of it, Chris. Snap out of it. Did he say that?
No.
Oh, no, it was smacking me on my buttocks. She was giving me spankings, which is nice. It's nice every once in a while. I do like that.
I didn't do that either.
Yeah, you did. You don't remember doing that? Are you sick? You have a fever? You look really tired.
I am really tired.
What happened?
I don't know. I've been tired all day.
Are you drinking caffeine?
Yes.
You are
Not
drinking
much.
caffeine. Not much?
Mhm.
Oh, no, that's why.
No, it's good. It's a good thing. I've been cutting back.
Oh, Heather, I'm telling you, I cut back a lot. I'm always tired. All day long. I don't yawn like you, but I'm tired all day long. Why'd you look away? We're having a conversation.
We're not.
Is that your conversation over? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what I do when I don't feel like talking to someone anymore.
Unbelievable.
I just don't.
Chris, you say Thanos so elegantly. You know, somebody drop kicked me in the head the other day over this. They said they asked me, why would you say Thanos if you hear it in the movie as Thanos or Thanos? Why do I say it that way? Because it sounds so much better. Thanos sounds so much better to me. I just sound stronger, Thanos.
It really
sounds so
does.
much stronger to me.
Thanos sounds like a cheap wine.
The way that the Red Skull says it in Infinity War, he goes Thanos. I always thought that it sounds so stupid. I was like, I don't like the way that it said that way. So I'm going to say Thanos, which Jeremiah actually wrote out. It's spelled THAWN-OS. I think it was Thanos.
Yeah.
Thanos. Yeah. Here are a couple things we picked up today. Heather actually picked up something really cool, but we're going to save that for a video. But look at these. Here, why don't you hold one?
I'll hold the special.
Look at these. Aren't they awesome? Especially for a Mega Man collector like me, this guy. These guys are really cool. So our buddy gave us a call today, and he had these reserved for me, and we went and picked them up. So I was really excited about that. Now, the one thing that Heather has beaten me up about, I posted in a local group that these two right here, as you can see, the Chase says Leaf Shield as well. And Heather goes, well, it's sort of like a Pop. It's going to carry the same name even if it has a little bit of a different, look to them. But the Leaf Shield is kind of lame on the red one because it's Atomic Fire. And I kind of wish they printed Atomic Fire, but they didn't. So I'm kind of bummed out over that personally.
But if it's a Chase, why would they make a separate?
Because that is the suit that he's wearing. That's the color he's wearing is Atomic Fire.
I don't think they do that with other figures, though.
I don't know.
I don't think they make separate packaging. I think it's the same packaging with a sticker.
I wish that I could get somebody to make me one that says Atomic Fire, like a box, and then I could just place it on the box. Wouldn't that be cool?
I can do that.
No, you could. With what?
I'll do it tomorrow, and I'll prove you wrong.
You won't do it tomorrow. How will you do it tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm not going to do it tomorrow.
No, you're not. You're never going to do it. With what? What are you going to do it with?
I'll do it.
What, are you going to print it?
No.
Well, how are you going to do it then?
I don't know, but I'm going to find a way. Love always finds a way.
I believe that. Yeah, so we went there today, and they had Dr. Wily, which I was meh. And then they had the regular Mega Man, and his box was ripped, so I decided to hold off on that one. But I did get these. Oh, and there was it just these? Yeah, so I held off on the Dr. Wily and the regular one. I'll get the regular one soon. He'll be there. He'll be there. I can always go back and get him. I didn't notice this. He has red dots under his feet. Isn't that cool? You guys should definitely go and check out our newest video. We posted it today. It was a video that we made that was inspired by our friend Laura, who collects I Love Lucy memorabilia. She received her I Love Lucy Funko Pops, and if for no other reason but to watch it is because it's funny. We had a really fun time with her. She's very funny.
We did. She's one of the funniest people I know.
She's hilarious. We had a great time, and I feel like the video came out really good. So if you guys have a chance, go over and check that out. It's 10 minutes long. It's fun, and don't miss out. Okay, just go check it out. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, that. Everyone is proving me wrong in the chat, by the way. There are different boxes for different figures, okay? I get it. I know that's a thing. But
thank you for being on my side. This never happened.
It is more common that a Chase is in its counterpart's box.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep. Is 8-bit dead? I want more 8-bit Mega Man. 8-bit?
Yeah, 8-bit. That's so 8-bit. 8-bit.
No, I know what 8-bit is.
Oh. You don't like 8-bit?
I don't like 8-bit.
Why?
I just don't, not in pop form, at least.
Yeah, 8-bit pop form is meh, but you know what? Be honest with you, I'm good with the Mega Mans that are 8-bit. The rest of the pops, not totally into. That's just in my opinion. The Mega Mans are fine. Maybe because I collect Mega Man and select special.
No. I feel like if it made more sense, then it would make sense.
Oh my god.
We got a bigger desk so things didn't fall, but things are falling.
Well, that's the end of this because our light is gone. Everything fell out. I thought for sure that was going to drop on me. I can't wait to look back and see what that looked like. Guys, thank you for tuning in. We are in the dark right now. How fun is that? Guys, thanks for tuning in. Remember to go over and check out our Instagram at Gastlecast and right here on our YouTube. Make sure you hit that like button a lot. Just hit that like button. Don't hit it too many times because you want to hit it where the like actually stays, because if you keep hitting it, it might like take the like away and then you're putting the like back in and taking it away and putting it back in.
Yeah, just put it on.
Yeah, just put it on.
Just
do
like.
that. Yeah, that light, by the way, that light, I have been saying for months that we need a new light, and I keep saying, oh, it'll be fine. We'll just keep using the light that we have.
It's never fine.
It's not good. What happened just now is not good. If we could get even number of clicks, what he said, what Pop Vulture said. If we can get a wee hunt to get or pop culture. I thought I said Pop Vulture.
No, it's
Pop culture. Okay, it's just spelled like what I thought. I'm an idiot.
It's spelled like vulture with a K.
Yeah, it is. That face. Can you see it without the light? Guys, remember to leave us a little wee hunter together. Yeah, we disaster together. Great way to start it off, Kate. Thank you. We disaster together or something. I don't know. Just make up something. And everybody follow the leader. Just just keep on going. And we break lights together. Why not? We'll take a picture. We'll post it on Instagram. It'll be so much fun. We tell the Gastlecast to get loud together, yes. Why do we always have so many technical difficulties? We always have technical difficulties. Is it because I put it together?
Yep.
Okay, let's not do that. Okay, honestly, let's not do that. Did you guys like our videos, by the way, today that I posted? The Rocco Billy. He's not in there. The Rocco Billy guy with the music behind it. Wasn't that kind of cool? Where he was just like he looked like he was dancing. I thought that was kind of cool. And the Mega Man stuff, that was kind of cool too. And boom, there we go. Picture taken. Picture taken. You know what's funny? When my sister was really, really little, we were on a Bermuda cruise, and she went into the bathroom with my mom, and then my dad had a video camera, and then he was videotaping, like waiting for her and my mother to come out. And as soon as my little sister opened the door to the bathroom, she goes, "I don't want my picture taken." I always thought that was like the funniest thing ever. I don't want. And she like ran like in the camera. She's like running, and it's like all awkward. I don't want my picture taken. I always thought that was funny. Isn't that a funny story to leave on?
No, it would be funnier if we were there.
Guys, remember, we are together. Yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.
See you on Sunday.